I'm excited to announce the opening of a new Facebook community for the Master Your Mindset, Master Your Life podcast. And this is to get a group of like minded individuals to get together, to push themselves, to actually hold each other accountable, and to level up their lives. I talk about making a positive impact in the world, and this is how I'm hoping to do that. So if you're interested in joining, jump on Facebook, look for Master Your Mindset, Master Your Life, and see if you can join the group. Otherwise, drop me a DM on Instagram at just.live.coaching and I'll send you the link. Change is constant in our life. It's happening every single moment, year to year, month by month, week by week, day by day, hour by hour. But there are still only two types of change in your life. Welcome to Master Your Mindset, Master Your Life. This is a podcast that empowers you to take back control of your life, to unlock your full potential and to become the best version of yourself. I'm Sanj, and today we're delving into the world of change with the topic of the two ways in which you can decide to change. In today's world, you have no choice in the matter. There is change going on around you constantly. You sometimes get it in your personal life, your professional life, your social life. You don't get to choose. Change is constant and it will never stop. And so, even though there are all these changes happening around you, you have to decide, actually, what do I want to do? Because there are only two types of change. The first is that you are forced to change. That change comes knocking on your door and barges in, uninvited, and before you know it, you're taken aback, you're caught off guard. You're sat there thinking, what is going on? I need to do something quick. So that's the first type of change, where you are forced to change. That's external. That's you have no choice in the matter. That is forced upon you. The second way is when you decide you want to change, when you decide, actually, you know what? I want to change. This is you extending the olive branch. This is you inviting change in and being prepared for it, being ready for it, being actually wanting it. This is internal. This is where you actually start to open up to the ideas. You open up to the thought about change. And this is where it comes from within. But in life, most change is actually initiated by external factors. 70% of significant life changes are initiated by external factors. And change often comes in different forms. The unexpected job loss, a health scare, or it could be an internal thing, which is the conscious decision to change your mind, the conscious decision to change your life, to get you from monotony to an exciting life, get you from surviving to thriving. Change can either be push or pull. It's up to you as well how you look upon it. And today I'm talking about the two ways in which we change and actually what's the best way and how we can do it. So when change is forced upon us, you have no idea when it's coming, where it's coming from, or even if you do, you may be in denial about it. You actually may be pushing back. You may be thinking, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? You are unprepared. You are not quite sure. You are scared. You are worried. You are anxious about what the future will hold, because this is not something within your control. This is something which you are now being forced to do. And so when you're sailing through life and out of the blue, a storm hits, for example, change is forced upon you. But the big question is, how likely are you to grab the wheel and steer through the storm? When you're forced to change, you're only 30% more likely to succeed if you embrace the change positively. When life throws curveballs, you have to adapt with a positive mindset, and it will give you a higher chance to ride out that storm victoriously. It will give you a higher chance of actually weathering that storm and coming out the other side of the best version of you. So when we actually are thrown into the midst of change, it's then unlikely for you to stick to it if you do not look at it with a positive mindset. If you're being forced to change, it's unlikely you will stick to change because, again, it's being forced on you. You don't want it. You're fighting back. And this is a sure way to cause you pain, to cause you suffering, to cause you stress, because you are out of control. You are not in the driver's seat. And this scares you. This causes anxiety. This causes stress. And so when you are forced to change from external circumstances, it is unlikely to stick because it's not a conscious decision. But when you actually decide, when you from within decide to change, that's a different thing. That's a different story. When you actually wake up one morning and think to yourself, I want something different. I want my life to be different. I want to be different. I want to live the life I'm truly destined for. You are more likely to actually succeed in sustaining the change by over 60%. Internal motivation increases the likelihood of you sustaining that change by over 60%. Those internal sparks of motivation, they can ignite powerful flames. And when the desire to change comes from within, it's like having a personal cheerleader on your journey. It's like having someone guiding you, pushing you when you need to be pushed, pulling you when you need to be pulled. You have a purpose. So when you decide, when you wake up one day and you think, actually, I deserve better than this, I know I'm meant for more than this, then you are more likely to stick with that change because it's come from within, because it's something that you're doing for yourself. It hasn't been forced upon you. No one else is making you do this. This is you pushing yourself to be the best version you can be. And when you want to do that, when you want that change, you are so much more positive about it. You are happier to do it. You are more enthusiastic to do it. You will wake up excited because you know that this is what you wanted. But even though you wanted it, it's still a tough journey. It's still something that will come with its troubles, because at the end of the day, you may have been using the same habits, having the same routines for the last 10, 20, 30 years. And so for you to change, you're going to have to undo all of that. It's going to be uncomfortable. It's going to be difficult. It's going to take time and effort. But 4 ways in which you can learn to embrace the change, to actually get past this fear, to get past those difficult times. Number 1 is to cultivate a growth mindset. See these challenges that are in front of you as opportunities for growth, not as obstacles that should be holding you back, that should be telling you to turn around and go back to your old self. When you've got a growth mindset, you're more likely to navigate change successfully. Be mindful. Number 2, stay in the present moment, because it's the key to adapting to whatever life throws your way. It reduces your stress. It helps you deal with these curveballs a lot better, because you are not there feeling anxious about the future. You're just looking at what's in front of you now. You're focusing on that, and then you're getting the job done. The third thing is to build a support system to surround yourself with. Make sure you've got people who encourage you, who uplift you during these tough times, who will be there when you need to be pushed, who will actually hold you up and hold you accountable, and make sure you're holding yourself accountable during this change. You're going to be breaking yourself down to build yourself up again, and to do that, it pushes you well out of your comfort zone. It pushes you so far out of your comfort zone. You're going to find that the more effort you're doing to change yourself, the harder it becomes, because your body is going to be screaming, change is not my friend. Change means uncertainty. Change could mean death. Your mind is going to be telling you this, and it's going to be pushing you harder and harder to go back and fall into your old habits, your old routines, the old version of you that you wanted to break free from. So build a support system around you that will actually help you in these moments. And the final thing is set small and achievable goals. When you break something down into manageable steps, it means that you have small victories which help you build your confidence and keep that momentum going. Because honestly, momentum is the best thing on your side. The more momentum you get, the harder it is to break. If you start building up your momentum today, you will be surprised in a week how far you've come. And then it starts to compound. Your momentum will increase exponentially over time. So set those small goals, make those victories, and actually keep your momentum going. So change is a force that shapes us, whether we like it or not. You are more likely to actually embrace change and actually stick to the change when you see it as from a positive mindset. You're more likely to actually ride it out and stick to the change when it's external, if you've got that positive mindset. But remember, if it comes from within, you're even more likely to stick with that change. You're even more likely to make that change. So when change does come your way, look at it as an opportunity. Look at it as something that's there to challenge you, to build up your self-belief, to build up your self-confidence, to show you how good you actually are. So embrace it with open arms. For within that change, it lies the magic of transformation. You can transform your life. Embrace change and remember that you've got the power to shape your destiny. Thank you for joining me today. And if you enjoyed this episode, got something from it, please let me know by leaving me a comment below or dropping me a message on Instagram at just.live.coaching. My mission for 2024 is to make a positive impact on the world, and I sincerely hope you can do that and help me by liking, by following and sharing this podcast with others. Remember, your mindset shapes your reality. You master it and you will master your life. Thank you.